Diabetics reverse skin aging with 7 superfoods that are a natural collagen boost. Imagine a fruit so powerful that it contains 60 times more vitamin C than an orange. It grows along the muddy banks of the Amazon River, nestled among twisted roots and dense foliage, but its secret goes far beyond that. The Ashaninka indigenous tribe has been using camu camu for centuries, not just to strengthen the body, but also to rejuvenate skin marked by the sun and time. And what if we told you that this very fruit could be the key for diabetics to regain skin firmness and radiance? A surprising fact. Camu camu wasn't discovered by science until the 20th century, but its seeds traveled hidden inside the stomachs of Amazonian fish, spreading through the waters. It's as if nature had written an intentional code for its preservation. How it works in the body. Diabetics need antioxidants that don't disrupt blood sugar levels, and here's where camu camu's vitamin C works double duty. It activates enzymes that transform amino acids into collagen, literally stitching proteins into the skin. But there's a key advantage. Since its glycemic index is nearly 0, it doesn't cause insulin spikes. An invisible indigenous practice. The Ashaninka mix dried camu camu pulp with wild cacao paste to create facial masks. Today, you can do something similar by mixing 1 tablespoon of camu camu powder into avocado juice, since healthy fats enhance absorption. Safe daily dose: 500 to 1,000 milligrams of the powder, about 1/2 teaspoon, preferably in the morning. Warning: excessive intake may cause diarrhea. What science says. Studies on diabetic rats have shown a reduction in AGEs, advanced glycation end products. Those molecules that make skin stiff like old leather. In other words, camu camu not only builds new collagen, but also breaks down the debris that ages the skin. Enjoying this content? Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you love weekly updates on health and diabetes. A mystery hidden at 4,000 meters. The secret of Tibetan goji berries. There is a mystery hidden 4,000 meters above sea level, where the air is so thin that only the most resilient survive. There, Tibetan monks have been harvesting wild goji berries for millennia, not as mere fruit, but as red gold for longevity. The real question is, how can a desert-grown food, exposed to extreme solar radiation, protect diabetic skin from wrinkles and sagging? Ancestral secret. Tibetan goji is not the same as the ones sold in regular markets. Its wild varieties, Lycium ruthenicum, contain a rare antioxidant called zeaxanthin dipalmitate, which is absent in other species. And here's where the magic happens. This compound acts like an invisible shield against UV rays, even when consumed orally. A double benefit for diabetics. Beyond protecting existing collagen, goji's unique polysaccharides regulate glucose absorption in the intestines. Here's how it works. These polysaccharides form a gel-like network that slows the entry of sugar into the bloodstream. The result? Fewer AGEs, those collagen-destroying culprits, are formed. The monks' ritual. They would dry the berries under the morning sun for 7 days, then mix them with chrysanthemum flowers for tea. Try this at home. Soak 10 dried goji berries in warm water. Add 1 teaspoon of dried chrysanthemum flowers, available in Asian stores. Drink 30 minutes before lunch. Ideal dose, 15-20 g daily, about a small handful. Warning: exceeding this amount can lower blood sugar too much. Be careful if you use insulin, a nearly forbidden benefit. In 2018, a study found that wild goji stimulates GH, growth hormone, production during sleep. For diabetics with slow wound healing, this means skin that repairs itself 23% faster, according to the data. Even better, GH activates fibroblasts, the cells that weave collagen. An intriguing side effect. Some users report vivid dreams in the first few weeks. This is no coincidence. Goji modulates serotonin levels in the brain. However, be cautious. If you experience itching, which is rare, it may be a pollen allergy from the flowers that stick to dried berries. Rinse them before consuming. And what if a mushroom found on decaying tree bark could mimic hyaluronic acid, hydrating diabetic skin without expensive injections? Stay tuned for the next code of nature. The secret of the dew of immortality mushroom. In isolated valleys of China, where winter freezes even the breath, grows a gelatinous mushroom that emperors once called the dew of immortality. Tremella looks like nothing else. Its texture resembles wet cherries, and its secret lies in its ability to retain 500 times its weight in water. But how can something so fragile outperform hyaluronic acid injections in deep hydration? More importantly, why should diabetics with dry skin pay attention to it? A myth with scientific truth. Legend says that tremella only grows where wolves howl at the full moon. Science has revealed the truth. It parasitizes decaying wood, but it can only thrive in symbiosis with a fungus called annulohypoxylin, a quirk of nature. Without this toxic partnership, it wouldn't exist. A smart mechanism for diabetics. While synthetic hyaluronic acid molecules are too large to penetrate deeply, tremella contains smaller polysaccharides that trick the skin barrier. These molecules bind water into 3D networks within the dermis, creating slow-release hydration reservoirs. For diabetics, who often experience dehydration due to frequent urination, this means skin that retains 12% more moisture, as confirmed by bioimpedance studies. The healer's trick. In the 14th century, Ming Dynasty women mixed dried tremella with white rose petals and acacia honey to create beauty soups. Try this adaptation. 3 g of tremella powder, 1 cup of coconut water, 2 drops of rose essence, available in natural stores. Drink on an empty stomach or use it as a face mask for 20 minutes. Recommended daily dose. 5 g of dried tremella, about 1 tablespoon. Warnings. In rare cases, it can cause mild itching due to beta-glucans. Avoid if you take blood thinners, as it may increase bleeding risk. Proven science, cellular self-cleansing. Studies show that tremella stimulates autophagy in skin cells, a process where they recycle debris that accelerates aging. For diabetics, this means a 40% reduction in hyperpigmented spots, common on feet and hands, according to clinical trials. Did you know that a dark purple Asian fruit contains molecules that dissolve silent inflammation in diabetic skin? The next item reveals how it works. The forbidden fruit that rebuilds diabetic skin. Can you imagine a fruit so revered that in the 19th century, stealing it from royal gardens was punishable by death? That was the mangosteen, the treasure of Thai royalty. Its dark purple shell, as hard as ceramic, protects a sweet white pulp, but the real secret lies in its healing poison. Yes, poison. In Ayurvedic medicine, its bitter rind was used to treat deadly infections. And now, diabetics can steal this ancient strategy to reverse the inflammation that destroys collagen. The secret of mangosteen xanthones. Mangosteen contains rare compounds called xanthones, which have a hybrid function. They act as antioxidants on the skin. They also work as molecular switches that deactivate pro-inflammatory enzymes, COX, 2 and 5 locks. For diabetics, this is a game changer. It stops the vicious cycle of chronic inflammation, accelerated glycation, brittle collagen. The Javanese healer's trick. In Java, healers would ferment dried mangosteen peel in native honey for 40 days, creating a wound-healing syrup. Modern adaptation. Grate 1 teaspoon of dried mangosteen peel, available in specialty stores. Steep it in 200 milliliters of warm water. Strain and apply with cotton to dry or damaged skin. For internal use, eating the pulp of 1 fruit per day is safe. Avoid commercial juices. Most contain added sugars. A peculiar side effect. At high doses, xanthones inhibit MAOA, an enzyme related to mood regulation. Some users report mild euphoria, but be careful. Combining mangosteen with antidepressants can be dangerous. Always consult a doctor. Proven science. Strengthening fragile diabetic skin. Studies on human skin samples showed that xanthones increase epidermal thickness in type 2 diabetics. Critical, since weakened skin becomes a gateway for infections. The mechanism. Xanthones activate genes that fortify the skin barrier, such as filaggrin. The right amount. Mangosteen powder supplements, made from rind plus pulp, should contain up to 500 milligrams of xanthones per dose. Best way to take it. 30 minutes after lunch. Dietary fats boost absorption by 70%. And what if an Indian fruit so sour it makes your eyes shut turned out to be the most stable source of vitamin C on the planet, capable of rejuvenating diabetic skin in just 8 weeks? Stay tuned. Amla, the secret Indian fruit that rebuilds diabetic skin. In India, there's a saying, whoever masters amla masters life. But get ready, biting into this raw fruit is like sucking on a lemon dipped in aspirin, both sour and bitter. So why should diabetics endure its taste? The answer lies in molecules that defy modern labs. Amla contains vitamin C bound to tannins, forming a complex that resists heat, light, and even stomach acid. While regular vitamin C supplements lose up to 90% of their potency in the stomach, AMLA delivers its full charge directly to skin cells. A warrior's tactic. Mahatma Gandhi consumed AMLA on an empty stomach as part of his endurance rituals. For diabetics, it works like this. When vitamin C enters fibroblasts, it modifies genes like COL1A1, which command the production of type 1 collagen, the scaffold that holds skin together. A 2024 study showed that diabetics who used AMLA had 32% more collagen fibers in facial biopsies. The invisible anti-glycation effect. AMLA's antioxidants, elagitannins, trap glucose molecules before they stick to collagen. Think of it as bodyguards shielding skin proteins from damage. Ayurvedic method. Try this skin-rejuvenating mask. 1 teaspoon AMLA powder, a pinch of turmeric, 2 drops of coconut oil. Apply for 15 minutes and rinse with cold chamomile tea. Oral dose. 1 g of AMLA powder, 1/4 teaspoon in warm water, 3x per week. Warning: pregnant women should avoid AMLA as it may stimulate uterine contractions. A pharma industry secret. Cosmetic companies spend millions trying to replicate AMLA's stable vitamin C. But a simple homemade formula works better. Mix 10 milliliters fresh AMLA juice with 5 milliliters wild honey. Refrigerate and apply to hands before bed. This prevents cracks common in diabetic skin. A bizarre benefit. Studies on diabetics showed that AMLA darkens white hair, an unexpected effect. The hypothesis? It reactivates stem cells and hair follicles. Not a guarantee, but definitely an intriguing side effect. And what if a microscopic Japanese algae, used to detox Hiroshima survivors, could now rebuild collagen in diabetics? Stay tuned for the next discovery. Chlorella, the microscopic organism that rebuilds diabetic skin. Imagine an organism that has survived every mass extinction on Earth. 2.5 billion years of resilience. Chlorella is not just an algae. It is one of the oldest life forms on the planet, and it holds secrets that can regenerate diabetic skin at a genetic level. But how can a microscopic being, resembling tiny green peas, boost collagen production to youthful levels? Lessons from nature. Chlorella's cell wall is so tough that it survives human stomach acid. It only releases its nutrients when mechanically broken, which is why high-quality supplements use a cracked cell process. The result? 18 essential amino acids, including glycine and proline, key building blocks of collagen, are absorbed into the bloodstream like raw construction materials. A strategic detox for diabetics. Chlorella's peptides bind to heavy metals, such as excess iron, which is common in insulin resistance. The real game-changer is its ability to activate the NRF2 pathway, a genetic switch that boosts the body's natural antioxidant enzymes. The effect? Less skin inflammation, less collagen breakdown. Astronaut's secret weapon. NASA studied chlorella for its ability to regenerate tissues during space missions. You can copy this protocol. 1 teaspoon of chlorella powder. Mix with fresh lemon juice. The acidity breaks down fibers for better absorption. Add a pinch of black pepper, boosts absorption by 200%. Drink before breakfast. Ideal daily dose, 3-5 g, about 1 teaspoon. Warning, exceeding 10 g may cause cramps. Start with 1 g and increase gradually. The unexpected benefit, hyaluronic acid production. Studies reveal that chlorella stimulates hyaluronic acid synthesis in joints, but surprisingly, it does the same in the skin. Diabetics with thin, fragile skin, common in neuropathy, saw an 8% increase in skin thickness after 12 weeks of supplementation. What about side effects? In some cases, skin breakouts may occur in the first few weeks. This is detox in action, toxins being pushed out through the skin. If needed, reduce the dose and gradually build up again. The secret growth factor, CGF. Chlorella contains CGF, chlorella growth factor, a compound that doubles the speed of cell division. For diabetics with chronic dryness and skin cracks, this means twice the renewal rate, faster healing, smoother skin. And what if a plant used by Russian spies during the Cold War to enhance physical endurance also had the power to regenerate skin damaged by diabetes? The final revelation of this list unveils a forgotten adaptogen. Schisandra, the Russian secret to reversing diabetic skin aging. On the frozen border between Russia and China, Siberian hunters chewed on bright red berries to chase bears for days without fatigue. This plant, Schisandra, was so valuable that Soviet cosmonauts carried it in their survival kits. But its true power lies in a paradox. How can a single fruit be sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and spicy all at once? And what does this have to do with reversing skin aging in diabetics? The adaptive power of Schisandra. Schisandra's lignans are chiral adaptogens, molecules that adjust to the body's needs. For diabetics with thin, fragile skin, Schisandra has two key actions. By day, it lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down collagen. By night, it stimulates IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1, which repairs tissues. The ancient midwife's tonic. Manchu midwives boiled Schisandra berries with ginger shavings to create a beauty tonic. Try this. 2 teaspoons of dried Schisandra berries, 1 slice of fresh ginger, 500 milliliters of water. Boil for 15 minutes, strain, and drink warm. Store leftovers in the fridge for up to 3 days. Safe daily dose: 1.5 g to 6 g of standardized extract. Critical warning: Schisandra can enhance the effects of diabetes medication. Monitor your blood sugar levels closely. How it restores collagen in diabetics. Studies on type 2 diabetic skin cells showed that Schisandra increases prolyl hydroxylase expression, the enzyme that stabilizes collagen. The result: skin regains the resilience of a woman in her 30s, even with advanced glycation damage. The forbidden benefit. During the Cold War, Soviet snipers used Schisandra to sharpen their vision. Scientists later discovered this happens because Schisandra improves microcirculation in the retina, an effect that also nourishes skin capillaries, reducing the parchment paper look common on diabetic feet. How to use it daily. Sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon of Schisandra powder over pumpkin soup or oatmeal. Heat activates its stable compounds, and oat starch prevents stomach irritation. A strange side effect. Some people report that Schisandra amplifies flavors. Even water seems to have new taste nuances after taking it. In excess, it may cause heartburn. Neutralize it with a spoonful of plain yogurt. The breakthrough: restoring skin elasticity. Korean researchers found that Schisandra inhibits elastase, the enzyme that breaks down elastin. For diabetics, this means 30% improvement in skin elasticity within 60 days, confirmed by bioimpedance skin tests. Now, a video is appearing on your screen. Click for more valuable tips on managing diabetes.